Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner is in Saudi Arabia today. During a speech in Jeddah, he said the road to recovery could be bumpy. Our Peter Cook is the only broadcast journalist joining Mr. Geithner on his trip, and he joins us now on the phone from Saudi Arabia. And Peter, what is the latest on the Treasury Secretary's trip to the Middle East?
Well, I can tell you that at this hour, Carol, he is in a meeting with the Saudi finance minister here in Yanbu, Saudi Arabia. He just participated in an economic development announcement here in Yanbu with King Abdullah, other Saudi dignitaries here. A huge gathering, in fact, for a very big announcement here in Saudi Arabia. Not one really that affects the United States all that much. The Treasury Secretary, for his part, spoke, as you mentioned earlier today, in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, spoke to the Chamber of Commerce, delivered a speech there where he talked about the global recovery, where it stands right now, and also, more particularly, pointed to some signs of progress in the United States. That's an important message he was trying to deliver to Saudi business leaders, to Saudi officials, who, of course, the economy here in Saudi Arabia is so closely tied to the United States. They are interested in what Mr. Geithner has to say about the strength of the U.S. economy, and also what he had to say as well about America's fiscal picture. He went out of his way to stress that the Obama administration is planning to reduce the deficit over time, the record budget deficit that is very important to a nation that holds a significant amount of U.S. debt. So some of the themes coming out of the Treasury Secretary's visit here to Saudi Arabia. Carol and Mark?
Peter, you mentioned he specifically addressed what's going on in the U.S. economy. What specifically did he detail when it comes to the economic recovery over here?
Well, what really struck me from listening to the Secretary was some pushback against the notion that the stimulus isn't working. He essentially, as he did yesterday in London on this trip, said, listen, the full force of the stimulus is coming. It's going to happen in the next 6 months. In fact, his comments today suggested that he and others who helped put the stimulus together have been surprised at how quickly some of it has taken shape. So a little bit of a pushback against those who suggest the stimulus isn't taking effect as planned. Carol?
All right, good to know. Peter, thank you so much. Our Peter Cook joining us on the phone. The Treasury Secretary will also be visiting the United Arab Emirates and France as well this week.